It's Week 3 of the National Football League, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Eagles and the Rams, and it comes your way next.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Throwing Nix. Forced out to his left. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. Into space at the 45. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Nix to the air. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Woods has it complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now it's Nix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Nix from the shotgun. Right side complete. That's Woods. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Working out of the gun is Nix. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3 thing. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Stroud will run the option left. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. First run now for Kyron Williams. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Here's Stroud. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 17 carries, 56 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Taken right around the 44. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Stroud to throw it. That escapes the sack. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. He's got it to Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle there by Nick Cross. 2nd and 9. Stroud. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Stroud looking to throw. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Now a first carry here for their running back. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Williams. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This situation in the fourth quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. The LA offense ready for this next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough to win it. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And Stroud now to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now Stroud. It's complete to Brown, right side. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Stroud. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2 yards to go, second down. Looking to throw. Stroud got a man. It's Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. Operating from the gun, Stroud. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Stroud working out of the gun. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Williams fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Williams will try again. And this time he is in.
Kyron Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And he returns this to the 22. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Over the middle, that's caught by Woods.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix.
And a dump off here to Robinson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw is Nix. There's Chris Olave.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Nix to throw again.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Nix to the air. He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And that game is tied 10-all in the second quarter. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Michael Pittman, a touchdown reception.
Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Jordan Love leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. We saw a fine performance in that first half from the running back, Kyron Williams. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gutton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. So here are the Eagles to take over. They were losers to the Packers a week ago, but they've got the lead right now here as they come up on a 1st and 10. They start the second half here with Williams. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He'll find Gabriel Davis.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 24-yard line.
Here's Stroud.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
And that is taken in by Njoku. And they'll get this down to the 10. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Throwing now is Stroud.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Rams offense and running back Bijan Robinson. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That'll be caught left side by Woods.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here's Nix.
Steps away. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Throwing Nix.
Rolling to his right. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll get just a yard on the scramble in second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Nix. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Rams first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Garrett Wilson
From 8 yards out.
and the Rams are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Stroud. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
It's Roger McCreary with a pick.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Robinson is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
They'll look to throw, and he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Now Stroud.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The offense on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Stroud looking to throw.
Throw right side, caught by Davis.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they were going draw play there. The defense wasn't fooled. They sniffed it out.
I think they're going to have to go back and take a few more acting classes, because that's what a lot of that is. You've got to influence them to think that it's going to be a pass play and have them drop out, and maybe the defensive front coming forward and find yourself some space. In this case, no one was fooled and ended up spilling that play pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40.
Option play, they'll run with Williams.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And Stroud now to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Stroud. That is caught. He's got the first down and more than that.
And down to the 7-yard line.
Now 1st and goal. Stroud to throw it.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Marquise Brown.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here comes second down at 5.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
To throw is Nix. That's caught by Wilson.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical third down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Here comes second down. To throw, here's Nix.
Caught by Wilson. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Nix to the air.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams.
Oh, and the tackle comes quickly. That's only going to get him a couple. Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, We need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
First throw of overtime, Stroud.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. Sliding out of the pocket.
Throw right side, Wilson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. Going right back to Wilson.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Back to throw. Nix. He'll buy some time right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
They'll go play action with Nix.
They'll roll him out right. Catch made right side by Wilson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and a couple.
Looking to throw. Nix.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Back to throw. Nix.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's Nix once more.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Rams have won the game.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner, and let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So for the Rams, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL